Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your favorite place to be on a Wednesday night with me and Mike on the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is up, Kyle? And what is up, everybody in the comments? Welcome to the Mike and Mish Show.
You want me to ruin your night right off the rip, Mike?
Oh, please. I would want nothing less. Please do it.
You don't sound like you're talking through that microphone in front of your face.
Dumb. That's dumb.
You sound like you're talking through your computer microphone right now, to be honest with you.
That's weird. No, it's on the right one.
Well, it sounds very... Hello?
Yes. Hold on. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to fix it. But what is up, everybody?
Now you're perfect. Look at that. You listen to the sweet Rhode Island accent coming through that microphone now, people. Mike, we got a good show tonight. We got two guests coming on. We got a guy that we spent some time with down in the city of brotherly love, Ace Samples, who was in the corner of the Hitman 187 Joe Elmore for that war with Mike Richman, Marine. Loved that fight. Yep, fantastic. Look at that. I have that right here. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, for anybody that didn't go to
look at this,
dude,
look at that.
Look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. For anybody
First
that didn't go
ever.
to Knucklemania, they did these cool they did like this whole program with the fight card, the fight card in order. They had the mini bios of every fighter. They had sponsors with QR codes with discounts for all the shit that they're sponsored by. I thought that was very cool, Mike. Very cool.
Look at this little nifty slogan. Feel like $1 million. Look at that.
Yeah, like $1 million. Fucking yeah, man. That was cool. But we're gonna talk to Ace Samples because he's got a fight coming up this weekend, an MMA fight, and he was in the corner of Joe Elmore. So we're gonna shoot the shit with Ace about everything that's going on with him. And then we're going to be joined by the reigning Bantamweight champion in the BKFC, Justin Joyboy Ibarrola, who I got to tell you, man, this kid's doing a hell of a job marketing himself for sure. Mike and I were just talking about it, and we'll get into that deeply later on. He's killing it, that kid. So I'm waiting and curious to see what they do with Joy Boy, and I hope it's not too far down the road. I hope they have him defend his title soon.
Yeah, I would have hoped that he would be on the March card, March 20th, but maybe we'll be surprised. I don't know, but I didn't see him on the card, and I think that is unless they're gonna have him fight somewhere else, but history would say he's gonna fight in Hollywood, Florida, if he's gonna fight, But hey, maybe we're wrong.
We'll see. But we got two guests lined up. It's going to be an awesome show. We got to shout out our sponsors real quick. We got Full Blast Clothing. There they are. FullBlastClothing.com is the website. Get over there. It's a clothing brand for the fighters and the fans. Hold nothing back and give it all you got in life and in the ring. Full Blast is the name. Go to their website, buy some of the cool shit, buy a Mike and Mish Full Blast t-shirt while you're at it, and then head over to Instagram and give them a follow. Full Blast Clothing on Instagram as well. Mike, we got our first guest in the virtual green room right now, looking like he's still in the gym, in the ring, ready to fight right now. You want to bring him in
the gym? Non-stop in the gym. Look at this guy. They're all in the gym all the time. Never stops. It never ends. Listen, I'm ready. Everybody better stay seated because when we come back, we'll be joined by the one and only Ace Samples. Let's go.
Look at this guy. Look at you. What's going on there, Ace? How you doing? Straight out of Mad Cow.
Mad Cow.
You already know that. What's up?
There he is.
You're
What's up,
very-
man?
You're very hard to hear right now.
Very hard to hear.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Now you're good.
All of a sudden it came.
Speak up. My fault.
Yeah, it wasn't picking you up, but it is now, it seems. So
So what's up, guys?
Yeah, there you go. You sound good. Hey, man, it's good to see you. We just saw you down in Philly in that massive, unbelievable event down there, 18,000 plus, and you were in the corner of the madman, Joe Hitman, 187 Elmore. What a fucking war that guy was in against one of the baddest motherfuckers that ever did it in the game. Before we get into what you're doing, man, let's run through that right quick. You were in the corner. You were ringside. You had the best seat in the house. What do you got to say about the guy you were cornering, first of all? Joe Elmore taking a liver shot the way he did, dropping like a ton of bricks and then getting up and going 4 more rounds with Mike is just an absolute unbelievable accomplishment in itself. It was incredible to be there live and watch it. What were you thinking going in that corner and witnessing what Joe put on for a show?
I love Joe. Like, Joe's like a brother to me. He's a fucking madman, though. Like, Joe is I've heard people say before, I heard Dana White say, if you were to lock John Jones in a room with anybody, John Jones comes out. I don't know if you lock that motherfucker in a room with Joe Elmore. I don't know, bro. Like, I love Joe, and Joe is a complete madman. And, you know, a lot of people think that shot that Richman hit him with was to his liver. It didn't hit his liver. It hit him right here. I thought so too until I rewatched it and did my studying, and that was a straight up deep solar plex rib shot that I don't know how he got up. Actually, I say that. I just say this. The only reason that Joe got up, outside of the fact that Joe's a fucking champion, is because Maggie, his wife, has the ability to pull that man out of the depths of hell. Because Joe looked over at me, and as he was kicking his feet, my first thought was, fuck, that was his liver. And I heard the referee counting. I watched Richmond kind of be like, okay, that was a shot. I watched Joe kick his feet a few times, and I'm like, dude, I've never seen Joe in pain. Like, Joe's knocked me out. I've clipped Joe. I've never seen Joe in genuine pain. Not even after we fought Dustin Pay. I cornered him for that. And, like, bro, trust me, like, he was swole shut, cut open. Holy shit. We drank a whole bottle of wine in the Applebee's parking lot, or Olive Garden parking lot. And he was swollen shut, couldn't even see. But I've never still seen him in pain. I watched him kick his feet in pain, and it got me. And I was like, come on, Joe, you know, just brotherly love, trying to motivate him. Like, and then I kicked into, like, get the fuck up. All Maggie had to say was, Joe, please. And he, boop, fucking resurrected from the dead. Like, it was unbelievable, man. Like, it really was. And, like, I'm sitting over here the whole fight, like, Maggie, he needs instruction, not cheerleading. Like, calm down. Like, he needed to know what I said. Maggie could sit there and do nothing more than cheerlead the entire fight. And as much as it may disrupt the coach to fighter role that we have, she's untradeable, period, for Joe Elmore. There's no one else in this world that can ever take that seat. Maggie has to be there. She has to be the one to where in the worst moments, and that's the first time Joe's been down.
Mm-hmm.
And of all shots, it was to his body. And now we all know, like, what is it going to take to put Joe Elmore down? That. But what the fuck is it going to take to tell Joe Elmore to get up in 10 seconds? Maggie.
It's absolutely incredible. And we were telling people that there. We were like, listen, for all of you that are watching this fight, that is the very first time that Joe Elmore has been knocked down. And could you have ever guessed that it was going to be a body shot that dropped him? And he was going to get back up from it, and it was brutal. And he got back up and fought the rest of the fight.
rest of the fight. Some guy in like, I guess the perfect time to say it, there was a bunch of comments online, and somebody got one of there and commented. They were like, "I bet his girlfriend's still. I bet he can still hear his girlfriend's voice." Ha. Well, fuck you, guy. Like, there's my message to you, whoever you were with your little keyboard warriors. Like, yeah, you're right. He can, because she's still by his side, and you're still typing on a keyboard. And obviously, you were against Joe, so you got the win because Richmond won. But yeah. Sorry, I just need to say that. Fuck you.
No, that what you say about them. Mike and I have been covering the sport for 6 years, and we've met thousands of people. I have never met a couple with such a tight bond that they have. It is absolutely incredible. Just like you said, like they are the perfect pair because he is so out of control and he is such a wild man. She is like the perfect, I don't know, like lion tamer. She knows exactly how to take care of him and get all of his shit in line. And like, she knows that as long as I, take care of his meals and like the bills and like all that stuff, Joe's going to do Joe, and Joe's going to do our, do our family well. And like, I just love having conversations with them too. For sure. They're like one of my favorite couples in the entire sport. For sure. They're great people, man. And you're lucky to have them as part of your life as well.
And I tell you, it's one of those like, as I get ready to fight, there's always that moment where Joe will call me and I'll hear Maggie say, "Joe, give me the phone. Joe, now." And then Maggie will get on the same conversation. "Hey, brother, listen, this is what's going to happen. We're going to speak this into existence." And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Like Russo broke my nose, put me out with a jab. I lost. It is what it is. First time in my career I've taken back-to-back losses. It's okay. But I was able to talk to Maggie, of all people, after both fights, Larimore and Russo. And by the time I'm off the phone with her, I'm just like, you know what? You're right. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Like, she's always positive. I will say this. You spend enough time with him, you'll get to see where Maggie makes the same mistakes that Joe makes, and you'll get to see Joe become the nurturing or psychotic Joe that you already know he can be. Their yin and yang is just, it's perfect. But what's amazing is Maggie never, ever strays in the moment in front of a camera. When it's needed for Joe, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. They're the kind of couple that Joe could be like, "Listen, as soon as I get off this podcast, you're getting your shit and you're getting out." And I swear to God to you, y'all could talk to them for an hour and you would never even know they weren't on the same page. Like, they're that supportive.
You know what it is? It's the first grade teacher in her, because all us men are little children at heart. You know what I mean? We need to get put in our place every once in a while. And she works every day with a whole classroom full of first graders, so she knows how to get down to our level and fucking put us in our place. So God bless Maggie and the Elmores, fantastic people. But Joe. Not Joe, Ace, you are fighting this weekend, right? Is it this weekend?
So I haven't, since I came over to BKFC, I haven't done any MMA. But
I wanted to ask you that. Is this the first time you have fought an MMA in 10 years almost?
It's been a while, bro. It's been a while.
That's crazy.
When I fought Edward Massey. Edward Massey was the last MMA bout that I've had. But at that point in my life, I transitioned over to really trying to do a lot more coaching and get my ex-wife's career where it needed to be. And I don't know, I kind of just stepped away and took a hiatus. But I also opened this academy. And so what a lot of people don't understand is the entire time I wasn't doing MMA, I was with BKFC. I was kickboxing like I always have, but I own a wrestling academy. So it's one of those things where it's like, just because you think I haven't been out here getting this individual work in for MMA does not mean at all that I haven't improved every area of it. And my opponent, his name's Anthony Smith. From my understanding, he's a pretty high-level wrestler. And awesome guy. I mean, he has his own clothing brand. Not at all like the, I guess you'd say, egotistical people that you see as MMA opponents. He's not. He's a super classy, respectful man, and like I respect that. I would love to be able to follow that up with like we're cool, we're gonna hang out, all that. But y'all know me, it's not a. The second I signed that paper to say I'm fighting Anthony becoming very much so an enemy of mine. And are we gonna be friends afterwards? Fuck, I don't know, bro. I don't care about afterwards. I only know that right now I have children that I have to feed, and I know this man Saturday is gonna try and take me away from that. And just like you guys have seen in some of my BKFC shirts, if the referee better do his fucking job. If he doesn't do his job, he's going to badly endanger my opponent. And I don't want that on my soul. Like I really don't. They said he's a really good wrestler, and my brain goes, fuck you, show me.
So you said a lot of nice things about this guy. So would it be wrong of us to refer to him as Anthony, not Lionheart Smith?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Because when they first, I really thought Jesse Wobble, the matchmaker for NFC, he was like, "You fight Anthony Smith." I was like, "How about? I'm a little guy, bro." Like, no, Fool's huge. No, it's not happening. But I think it'll be good. The card is put on by NFC. That's National Fighting Championships. That's the pretty much the premier #1 MMA promotion in the Southeast right here. I mean, David Oblas has done this for a long ass time. I actually made my pro debut in MMA for David Oblas at Wild Bill's. Yeah, it makes me feel old. I don't even know how long ago that was, man. I was 22. Fuck, that was a long time. Anyways, it's co-hosted. It's in association with Forrest Griffin. So, this is him and Forrest Griffin partnered up, and so I mean, a lot of people know who he is, and if they don't, I don't really think they've done enough of their MMA homework. But there's a lot of good names on this card. I mean, SBG, which was formerly Hardcore Gym, Roy and Adam Singer, and them, they've got a lot of good guys on this card. I mean, Alex Smith's making his debut. James G's on there. There's 20 total fights, and what's pretty cool about it is 10 of those bouts are going to be fraternity boxing matches, and that's always exciting. You guys already know that I go and do the judging for the fight against suicide, and that's what I get to see. And I love watching these college kids just get in there and fucking throw, man. Like they have no words.
Is that why? Okay, because at the top of the graphic, if Mike wants to bring the graphic back up, it says NFC, and then there's like that the Greek writing is that Greek alphabet there or whatever that is. Is that because it's the fraternity fights?
Fraternity fight.
Is that Forrest Griffin's thing? Is like how is Forrest involved in this?
So Forrest actually put one on last year. And it was at the Athens Arena. I had one guy on the card for that one. I think it's just, I don't know David and Forrest's relationship, but Forrest he started at Hardcore Gym with Rory and Adam Singer. Hardcore's 15 minutes up the road from me. So I would assume that it has to do with that relationship. I mean, Rory and Adam Singer have been around for a long time. They are the legit OGs of the game here in Georgia when it comes to it. So it's pretty awesome, man. Like it's put on in association with Forrest Griffin. We're weighing in at American Top Team, Lima. So I mean, it's Douglas and Diego Lima, which those are the homies. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I forget how long I actually have done this and how many people that some people look at and they're just like, oh my God, that's so and so, and I'm just like, I don't know. That's my buddy. Like I thought about that last week when I was standing there watching Ben Rothwell fight. I have a picture of me jumping on Ben's back after I knocked out Livingston in Atlanta, and it's like, but to see people run up and be like, "You're Ben Rothwell," I don't know. I want to go up afterwards and be like, "Fuck you, Ben." Like I don't know. They're friends. I guess when you've done this shit so long, it's just kind of you don't really get starstruck about it anymore. Everybody's a normal person, and I don't know. I did get to take a selfie with Mike Perry because everybody tells me that him and I look a lot alike, and then I took that selfie with him and got to kick it and talk shit with him for a little while. And I sent it to a few of my friends, and they were like, "Jesus Christ, y'all look a lot alike." And I'm like, "Well, I'm just glad for Eddie Alvarez and his safety that it wasn't me that they jumped." Because
do you know what a rushing nesting doll is? Do you know what that is? They're those little fucking things that, like, when
A
you
Russian nesting doll.
nesting doll. When you open one, there's a smaller version inside, and then you open another one, and it's a smaller version, and then you open it. You, Andre Arlovsky, Mike Perry, and you should have got a picture standing next to each other, and you guys could have been the living Russian nesting dolls.
That's a fucking great idea, bro. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And like crazy ass fog about everything. Like so many people were online talking shit about Mike. And like, in all honesty, man, I just think the whole world is Mike Perry. Can he act out of pocket at times? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But as far as a genuine soul, Mike's a legit dude, bro. Like Mike's a legit dude. Like he's gonna take time to talk to the kids. He's gonna like. I don't know the he said she said side of things. So I'm not gonna say somebody lied or there's rumors here. There's this or there's that. I'm not gonna speak on anybody else's what they said. I'm gonna say this on my part, from my behalf. Mike's a solid ass dude, and like if you don't like him, that's on you. But to say you don't like him because he's quote unquote a piece of shit, then fuck you too. I don't like you either. And it's one of those things where it's like I don't know what started it. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what happened. I just know that the first thing Maggie said to me was, "Oh my God, while you were outside taking our gear, they jumped Mike," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm really glad you weren't in here." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I guess I don't know.
We've always had a good relationship with Mike Perry, and he's been on this show 5 or 6 times, and we always call it the Mike and Mish show when he comes on because he's always hilarious. He always has a fucking great time, and when we see him in person, it's the same way. I get where people probably get rubbed the wrong way by him because he's cut from a different he's cut from a different cloth. His upbringing was different, and he talks a certain way, and he dresses a certain way, and he acts a certain way. But you know what? When you get to talk to him, like you just said, he's a fucking cool ass dude, and I agree with you on that one for sure.
To talk to Mike because Mike, you know, my dad said this to me a lot before he passed away. But you know, they say you shouldn't judge people. But it's 2026, bro. The second I lay eyes on you as a human being and watch your interactions for 5 seconds, I'm going to judge you. And I'm going to. I don't have any space in my life left for just random people that don't benefit me. So therefore, if you run up at Mike and you want to talk to him and he doesn't know you, never seen you, can tell that you're just of bad business, he's probably not going to talk to you. And I can't blame him. Like, there's a difference in like somebody that's a fan and you can see that they're just want to have an interaction with you, and a random ass person is like, oh, I want to be able to say I talked to Ace, or I actually got to talk to Mike, and it's just, I don't know. It's not. I don't know.
Well, I think you're absolutely correct. I mean, everybody does it. We all judge everybody that we look at, that we talk to. It doesn't matter how long, how little. But I think the issue nowadays is that people want to take something that someone did 10 years ago, and they want to hold their feet to the fire now. They want to take, they've already been through their trials and tribulations. Mike did stuff that you might know about, you might have seen it, but you don't know him. You don't see him every day. You don't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Not you in particular, but just people. And they see him do some wild and crazy shit that he's got caught on tape doing. They don't realize like he's been probably sued. He's gone to court. He's probably gotten plenty of fights with his wife about this and his family. And he's faced, not having money and not knowing what to do and probably CTE and brain damage and whatever else. And people want to take these people and just judge them on that one thing for the rest of their entire life and treat them like trash. And that is, I think it's absolutely wrong. And I think that's what people do to Mike Perry because they don't know him and they see little things. And it's the same thing they do to McGregor as well. They think they know everything about them because they see them on TV.
And they just want to ignore the fact that they have like rose out of the fucking fire and created huge money-making businesses for themselves and put awesome houses in place for their families, and their kids are being raised great. Like I think him and McGregor have very similar stories when it comes to that shit. And for people to judge him on, knocking an old man out 10 years ago, like fuck all that bullshit.
It's crazy too. It's like, I'm going to fall short of the glory of God every single day. And I'll be the first one to look at any human being and say, like, I can be a piece of shit. I really can. I'm very well capable of crashing out bad enough that it'll fuck me too. I know that. But you're not ever going to understand the amount of chaos and disruption in my brain that it took for me to become as calm as I am. So like, and it's one of those things where it's like, people need to quit acting like they can go through life acting and doing and saying however they please with no fucking repercussions. That's the problem we have in this world. Everybody thinks that they can walk up to a grown ass man and be like, "You're a piece of shit, fuck you," and nothing happened. Today, it might not happen. I beat suicide twice. I might wake up in the morning and be like, "Fuck, man, I don't know about this." And then that same punk ass kid that was given a token of gift today might say the same thing to me tomorrow, and might get the shit beat out of him. Like you can't go through life just don't be a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like just don't like. It's really not that hard. Just do right. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. At the end of the day, if you can't just be a good human, then at bare minimum, don't be mad if you get fucking smacked for it. Like,
Ace. So in the Army, Mike and I are still in the Army. One of my positions for the last 3 years has been an equal opportunity advisor for the state of Connecticut, right? And my son, the other day, I was like, I got to go inspect I got to inspect a couple different units and their EO sections, make sure they're doing everything right and whatnot. And now EO is like equal. It's like, don't be a fucking racist. Don't be a sexist. Don't hate people for being gay. Don't hate people for their religion. Don't do this. Don't do that. And my son was like, "Dad, what is EO? What is that?" I said, "It's equal opportunity." And he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "You know, I don't know what it is." And I was totally honest with my 11-year-old son. I said, "It is something that shouldn't have to exist." Okay, if everybody could just treat the age-old saying that your parents told you when they were bringing you up, treat everybody the way you would like to be treated. If everybody can just live by those words and stop being a piece of shit, there wouldn't have to be EO representatives out there to fucking smack these people down. It's unbelievable the fucking world we live in, right?
It's crazy as fuck that like for real. Like honestly, I jokingly, I'll probably catch some flack for this, but once again, I'm sorry, but this is we live in an actual world of shit. If they them thing, like I get it 100%. Get it. I'm not going to tell any human being how to live their life. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really not. And if somebody doesn't like me after this podcast, I probably was never going to like you in the first place. So get the fuck over it. If you as a grown ass man kiss another grown ass man in front of my 6-year-old son and I knock both your fucking teeth out, that's on you, dog. Because I have to go to work every day and plug a drop cord into an outlet to power a machine. If I take the wrong end of that drop cord to that wall and I try repeatedly to plug it in, I should be fired if I get no power. I'm not saying people aren't going to have different sexual views. I'm just saying, please keep that to your personal self. And I'm not judging you. I'm in any kind of way. I'm not going to. But also, when it comes to the whole man versus woman thing, no, you shouldn't beat the shit out of a woman. I agree. But if you, as a woman, hit me in my face as a man and I show up in court and now I'm Miss Samples, I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, that's just not.
Miss Samples?
What's the difference? Like, that's not me trying to start like a national debate. That's just it stays to me along the same lines of you have to respect reality. And the reality of situations to me is very simple. Like, you do bad, you're going to receive bad. I just said that before I even said the comments I just made. I understand that's probably going to bother some people. What I just said is probably going to take a few people that might have been a fan of mine and they might not like me now. And I'm saying it once again. I didn't say that to upset or offend anyone. I said that to bring the basis of it of reality is reality. Like Tower's
Right.
6 foot. The reality is if I smack him right now, he's probably gonna beat the fuck out of me once he grabs me. Like that's the reality of it. And people just don't know the reality of what Mike Perry's been through, of what Conor McGregor's been through, of what anybody has been through. Charles Bennett, what he's been through. I trained with that cat in West Covina, California with my best friend Paul forever and ever ago. He's the same dude right now. Watching him warm up in the back, he's the same. You give him respect, you bring him positivity, and he will absolutely 100% be cool as fuck and chill. You ask Vanderlei Silva how that shit goes. If you act retarded, you're knocked the fuck out. Like
Classic, yes, classic MMA story right there for sure. And he told that story on this show, and we love that about him. Ace, you are fighting this weekend. We could talk all night about all this stuff. We should get you back on here and just talk about life, because I feel like you got a lot to say about that kind of stuff for sure. And but the fact of the matter is, we're gonna wrap up with you because we have another guest coming on. But before we wrap up with you, you need to let everybody know. Is the NFC event this weekend being televised? Is it going to be streamed somewhere? Where can we watch it? What time does it start? And any final words for anybody that's going to be tuning in?
you guys had that flyer, right? I don't know if you can, but I think you can scan that QR code right there. I believe so. If it'll work. If not, you can go to nfcfighting.com and get your tickets. There's a live pay-per-view on there. You can click the link on there. There's I think there's 20 total fights. Doors open at 5. Fights start at 6 o'clock. I'm the co-main event. I'm not sure what time I'll be going on. It'll be a great night of fights, though, man. Like I said before, David Oblas and NFC put on an amazing event. Outside of that, I have hella support. I mean, I have nationwide support. I love everybody. I appreciate you guys letting me come on here. I know it's normally just a bare knuckle conversation, but I mean, I'm going to get down. And just because you guys have always thought it was awesome, we had to go and get the shirts made. Straight out of
Mad Cow, baby.
There's no handouts, just hands. And I've got these shirts. I only printed 50 of them. It's about all I had time to get printed. So they'll be on sale for all the people that are coming to attendance. But they're going to get me an online store going that's going to have all that, and along with Tomorrow Needs You from the Fight Against Suicide and Impact Threads. So, guys, I appreciate you. You guys know I'm one of y'all's number one fans. You fools are crazy, and make sure you keep telling the world right is right and wrong is wrong. And I guess we'll
absolutely. You always have our support, Ace. Anytime you want to come back, we'll see you. Hopefully, we see you back in a BKFC ring sometime soon too. We always love chatting with you, and we'll have you back soon. Mike, do you have anything else for Ace Samples?
Hey, man, love to talk to you. Love your cause. Can't wait to see you again. Had a lot of fun at KM6. Everybody else, make sure you're paying attention. Like Ace said, Saturday, February 21st. Scan the QR code or go online, get this event, check it out, and support our boy Ace Samples. Ace, I would say, if I had a name like Ace, I'd probably name myself like Ace of Base or something like that. But, hey, that's just me. That's the 90s in me. But anyways, man, it's nice to see you. Who's the guy next to you?
I tell you about, he's my security guard. This is Tyler. Tyler, stand up. Look at this shit. Look how big this fool is. Tyler's massive. He fights for me. He's hangs out with me all the time. He goes to all the Fight Against Suicide things for me, and he literally is like my security guard, because I'm kind of small and I ain't trying to get ear-holed by somebody that doesn't like me. So I take this big motherfucker with me everywhere.
All right. Well, make sure nice to meet you, and make sure you protect Ace. He's got to fight this weekend. So, all right, guys, take care. And everybody else, stay tuned, because, when we come back, we are joined by the one and only Joy Boy, the champ, baby. The champ is here. Let's go. Peace, guys.
Later, Ace. Good luck, man.
Oh, hey, guys.
Boy. Look at what we got here. Just a couple of champions trying it up.
Hey, I got to fight you for that one. Yeah.
We are the world champions of bare knuckle podcast. That's why we got that. That was a gift.
Agree.
But anyways, Joy Boy, what is going on? Welcome back to the show. Mike and I were talking about you at the beginning of this show. You are one of those guys that really, really knows how to market yourself, and your star is majorly on the rise with all the Joy Boy and Luffy the Monkey. Is Luffy the Monkey? That's the full name there. Monkey. I watched this show on Netflix. I have not watched the anime version of it, but I mean everything that you do is going viral. And you were down at KM6. You were on stage. You're chirping with Kai Stewart, Ryan Reavers screaming at you from off stage. Still, Josh Oxendine looked really good.
I didn't even hear him. He was.
Yeah, he was. I think you got a lot of. You're the champ, so the target's on you.
Right. Look at this guy. I did this whole like computer setup, and then I got freaking Reavers face here, Reavers face there, and I'm like, I gotta switch things up.
A lot of Reaver in there. So, dude, you got a lot of things going for you. First and foremost, like, congratulations. You had a child, right? You had a daughter?
That's right. Yeah. She's 3 months old. 3 months old.
3 months old.
3
Time
months.
Moves fast, like they say.
Yes, it does.
Jeez,
Don't we know that?
So tell us how much has life changed for you now that you have a daughter in your life?
It hasn't changed drastically. My normal day-to-day is still the same, thankfully. My beautiful girlfriend gets to stay home with their daughter and take care of her all day, spend all night with her when I need to get rest. Because it's like I'm working 3 jobs now. I still work full-time running and operating my gym here in Delray Beach. I'm training full-time still. I haven't stopped training full-time since my last fight. And then I come home and then my 3rd job starts right away, so it's like, thankfully I have her to like take on a lot of that. So that definitely helps. And I'm still able to go about my day to day. But I mean, nothing else has really changed. I've always been like a lover and protector and humble person. At least I like to think that of myself. And, I think it's just perfect. Like I was already growing into that person that like right when, our child came along, it was just meant to be.
Incredible. And you're only 27 years old right now. You're a young man. You're really coming into your own in the BKFC at 9-0. You're a world champion, but like you're young, man. You got a long road ahead of you, and I don't know if you've even sniffed your prime yet. You know what I mean? Like at this point, 9 fights into your career, holding the strap, you got a lot of things going for you. It's very impressive what you put together so far, and I don't know, like I know a lot of people try to break your balls because because that's what fighters do, but they can hate all they want. Fact of the matter is you've won every fight they've put in front of you, and you've gotten to where you are very, very quickly in your career.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah. It's like, I mean, like if you guys just knew, everyone wants to throw in their story and how they grew up as a kid and whatnot. And, this guy doesn't have this experience and this guy, is kicking ass or whatnot. But literally, like, it's kind of crazy when I really break down my life story and go from like this kid who is like lived in fear his entire life, lived in like a shadow, like avoided conflict, avoided fights. I've never been like in a fist fight ever in my life. I've never threw a punch at somebody or got hit in the face until I started boxing at 19 years old, let alone getting into a like bare fist fight. I didn't get punched in the face with a bare fist until I was 25 years old. Yeah. I turned 28 in May. So almost 3 years ago, but like 25 years old, I've never hit someone in the face bare fist. I've never taken a punch to the face bare fist. And I was just never a fighter growing up until I started boxing 8 years ago. So, like, when I really break down that story, and I'm not gonna get too deep because, I mean, it could be a fucking Netflix series, seriously. But, like, I don't think people give me enough credit for that. But, that's just the fight game. Everyone's gonna try to make you feel less of who you really are, and you just gotta keep fighting.
It's part of the game plan, right? For other fighters and you yourself, the mind games. They're
Yeah.
never gonna let you get a leg up. They'll use your story against you. They'll
Yeah,
use everything
unfortunately,
against you.
that shit doesn't work on me. I'm, like, the best when it comes to that shit, I don't know, words don't affect me, actions affect me. So it's like you can say the worst things to my face, and I mean, I won't even budge an inch. Plan stays the same no matter what.
I know you said it would be like a Netflix special if we went deep into the reason why you didn't fight, but just like real quick, what kind of a kid were you, like, coming up through high school and stuff? Were you shy? Did you have a ton of friends? Did you not have a ton of friends? Were you not an athlete? Were you an athlete? Like,
Yeah,
for me,
I was an athlete. I was an
Okay.
athlete. I grew up doing, funny enough, everyone wants to throw this in my face, but I have more grappling experience growing up as a kid than I do boxing. So when people like try to like tell me I ain't shit, I'm like, yo, first of all, I've been boxing less than you. I have more grappling, wrestling, and judo experience than I do fighting, and I'm still whooping your ass. So it's not about the time frame at which how long you're fighting, it's how much it's about intention in what you do. You can do things for 10 years, but if you have no intention behind it and no effort behind it, it means nothing. That's why I was able to progress in such a short amount of time. My ego was put aside, and I was intentional with every single thing that I did, and I was disciplined with every single thing that I did. But like growing up as a kid, yeah, I did like wrestling and judo, but like I was the shy kid. I was the nervous kid, couldn't talk to a soul without fucking freaking out and running away. I was like
just socially awkward.
Yeah. Here's a funny story. When I started like liking girls and like tried getting girlfriends and shit, I would get girlfriends and then like never speak to them as like a kid. Like that's how
'Cause you were
shy I
nervous?
was.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
you'd just get them, and then you'd be like, "Shit, what do I do now?"
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what do I say? I don't know what to do. Like what? Just sitting there.
I got them. I
awkwardly.
don't wanna say anything to lose them.
Yeah. but yeah, man, I was the shy introvert kid. Like and honestly, that didn't change until maybe when I turned 22 or 23. I mean, I was in my 20s still that shy introverted person. And like, first of all, moving to South Florida changed that, because South Florida, you can't be shy in South Florida. Everyone knows everyone, everyone's talking to and making connections. It's a hustler state. You got to keep things moving to fit in here in South Florida. That and boxing, the more confidence I got from boxing, the more I was like, what's the need to be shy? Like if anyone had a problem with me, I would just kick their ass. So like that was something I always put in my head to get over like my shyness. I was like, well, if this guy thinks I'm a weirdo or like laughs at me, he still can't whoop my ass. So, what's the point in feeling embarrassed anymore?
There you go. So, 19 years old, you decided to start boxing after having wrestling and judo. And now what? After boxing for a few years, you had a few pro boxing fights too?
I had one pro boxing fight. Even when I got into boxing, it wasn't for me. Like I quit so many times. I lost 5 out of my 6 amateur fights, quit, didn't want to do it anymore. And then it just kept finding its way back to me, and I got, one pro boxing fight. Then I quit again, and I was like, this is just too much. Like I was low key lazy. you know, and I was like, oh, this is too much. Like I did all this for 3 months to prepare for this fight. You know, the night goes by and you're back to normal, you know, and I was like, it's not for me again. And then bare knuckle came along, obviously, and I was like, oh, maybe this might be the opportunity to actually get to that state that I want to be as a professional fighter.
That's crazy. Jump right into bare knuckle. Like you saw, when did you first see bare knuckle and think like, hey, that's something I want to try?
I was training Francisco Ricci. When did we start training
I'm
together?
glad you said that because I was going to ask if there was someone like that you trained with that kind of, you know, in the beginning.
Yeah. I was training with he was a buddy. He's a buddy of mine. Obviously, you know, I was coaching him when he needed the help, and you know, I still wanted to have a fight career, so like I didn't want to be someone's full-time coach. Unfortunately, I was there to help him out, and then I also knew Nelson Lopez at the time, who was with the BKFC. He's not anymore, obviously.
Yep.
And he kind of helped, you know, get me in. We did a whole tryout. I got, you know, my first contract. Fought at the Hard Rock. I had my first bare knuckle fight not even 3 years ago.
Yes, 4/21/2023.
Yeah.
Yep. That's crazy.
Hard Rock is a fucking great place to fight too, man. I know that you guys fight a lot there, and maybe some of you guys might even get tired of fighting there and want to go someplace else.
I'm a lot tired of fighting there. I love it there. I love the atmosphere.
It is a great place. Absolutely.
But,
and they pack it every single time now. Like you guys, stack it to the rafters now every single time.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about selling a ticket there ever again. It's like the most popular venue, I'm sure, in BKFC.
Definitely.
Dude, so we got to talk about your fight with Ryan Reber, right?
Okay.
Because you became a world champion that night. And I'll let Mike talk about this because you posted something on your Instagram page that I think a lot of people didn't realize happened. And it had a lot to do with the name that you rock, right, Mike?
Yeah, it did. And it's really, really cool. So obviously, if people have been following you and they're fans of anime or manga, right?
Yeah, big following after this fight. Big following.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So if you're interested, or maybe some people know about One Piece, maybe some people don't know about it, you better get to know about it. Actually, I think the new anime series in April coming out, and the live action season 2 is coming out in March. So if people want to follow it. So the name Joy Boy comes from that anime series, right? One Piece. And
that
during the fight,
we're going to talk about that too in a second, Justin.
Yeah, we are. So during the fight, right, your coach yells out "Gum Gum," and in the show, it's like a special move, right? So just to picture the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, his main punch, you know, he's got a stretchy arm, overhand right, whatever, right?
Gum Gum pistol, Gum Gum rocket, Gum Gum. Everything starts with Gum Gum.
Yep. So your coach yells "Gum Gum" in the fight with Ryan Reber, and that's when you land the finishing blow. You actually had a code word during the fight that your coach calls out, and you land the shot. And people, go to Instagram and check this out because the highlight's right at the top of his page. It's pinned on the top right. It is so cool. I did not even realize this until I was like looking through your page like in depth. And I was like, holy shit, how the hell did this get by us? Like I never even saw this. It is so cool. And then you have a clip in there of the actual anime, and it shows it happening in the anime as well. But man, that's awesome. That must have been really cool to land that, because it's fun to just have and maybe talk about. But landing the punch when he says it and winning the title over it,
like insane. It was almost instinctual. Before I get into that, I just want to say R.I.P. Johnny Thunder. Johnny was my coach who yelled "Gum Gum," and he passed away, actually, unfortunately, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh my God. I didn't realize that was the guy.
Me neither.
That passed away. We knew that a friend of many fighters down there had passed away, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
that was him. That was him yelling "Gum Gum."
That was him. We had such an amazing moment, and honestly, if it wasn't for him, like I wouldn't even. You know, honestly, because of him, my last 2 fights, I was able to like really lock in. And I really just became a more disciplined and overall better fighter because of him. And he, you know, as a boxing coach, he was the most consistent like person that I had training me. Like my last 2 fights were the only like 2 fights where I actually had like a full-time trainer and coach training me and preparing for the fights, and it made a huge difference. But yeah, unfortunately, we got news like literally, I don't know, 3 weeks after that fight, or maybe a month. No, I don't even know. I have no perception of time anymore. But yeah,
Wow.
R.I.P.
Wow.
Johnny Thunder. He was literally like, we were almost like the same person, tatted up, loved anime, like super nerdy, super joyful, like the same type of like energy I brought into the gym, he brought into the gym, if not even better. Like he was just like goofy dude. Like our styles matched very well, so it was very easy to understand. We were both like go with the flow kind of people, in and out the ring, just have fun, dance around. And his ass got me so conditioned for my fight against Ryan. It was no joke. I started the camp super out of shape, and first day back in camp, it was freaking spar this pro dude who trains in LA with freaking Shakur Stevenson and all these other dudes. And I'm like, what? Like, this is my first day back. It's like, I gotta do 6 rounds with this guy. And then like literally training, he would literally, like, I've had no one's ever done this to me, literally grab the hair off the top of my head and lift me up anytime I tried taking a break. But like, he was definitely like that coach that I needed to push that edge. But yeah, on a more positive note, he was the one who yelled "gum gum." It was literally in the locker room right before the fight. We were like, we need to come up with a word. He literally just started talking. It was like, we need to come up with a word. And we're hitting mids or da-da-da. And he was like, all right, do this. Ding, ding, ding. That double jab right hand that I ended Reber with. And I landed. He was like, that's the one. Like, it kind of just like, you're doing mitts in the locker room with your coach and you're hitting all these punches and you're hitting all these different combinations and you just know what feels right. He was like, and when I hit the double jab right hand, he was like, that's the one. And then he was just like, we got to figure something out to call that out when I see it. Because when I see it, I want you to throw it. And I was like, when I say gum gum. And it was like, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Like, that's perfect. Gum gum. Fuck yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it was so instinctual in the fight. Like, I'm just in my zone. I'm kind of like calm-headed, cool-headed. And I mean, you guys, you can literally hear it in the video.
Yeah,
like
he yelled that shit loud.
He fucking yelled very, very loud. When I'm fighting, I don't hear my coaches ever. I don't hear anybody in the crowd. I don't hear shit. All I hear are boos, cheers, and that's literally it. Just noise. So his voice was literally the only voice I could hear that entire fight. It was just so loud and so like easy to pick up, and like my body kind of moved on its own. When he yelled gum gum, I was like, dum, dum, dum. All right, boom. I just went for it. And it was there and it landed and it stopped him. And it was kind of, that's like a sick moment.
Dude. The fact that it was the kill shot is just like
for the title too. It would have been good in just a regular fight. That would have been cool.
Yeah, right.
Any fight in your career, but that's a title fight.
Right.
Incredible.
I'm a man of like certain moments like that happen because they were just meant to happen for you. Like, it's not something I was looking for. It's not something we were forcing. It was just the right moment that was meant to happen for me specifically, and it did. And I believe in that a lot because it kind of like is why I'm in the position I am today. Like, I tell people all the time, I am very lucky to be where I'm at right now. Very, very lucky in personal life and fight career. Like, any fight I could have lost, for one. Any of my knockouts could have never been knockouts. And any of those guys could have got back up, in another world, what like things happen for a reason. When I knocked out Abdiel with the left hook, like that was just meant to happen. Whether it was in the first, second, third round, me going split decision with Armis, that was meant to happen. Like I just wasn't meant to knock him out. Like I think everything happens for a reason. I'm super, super lucky. I genuinely think that all my victories have to do with just a little bit of luck. you know what they say, like the harder you train, or the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all a product of the training too, though. It is.
Yeah, for sure. Like if I it'd be really lucky if I wasn't training for any of those fights and I
Right,
still got the
right.
coverages, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's still a product of like all the training. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I worked really, really hard. So like maybe I was just a little luckier that night.
The training makes it come easier without thinking about it, I guess, because
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
you're training all the time, and your muscle memory, and like you just said, you guys didn't plan the gum thing until like right before. You're like,
Right
sure,
before.
you've been training and you've done
Right
that
when we
punch,
started
you've done
hitting the
that
mitts like an
combo.
hour before the walkout.
Yeah.
That's when he said it.
Okay, he goes, yeah, hey, here's the plan. Now, yeah, you've been training all the time. You've done that punch how many times in your training and in your fights? Probably thousands of times now.
If
You've done that.
anyone wants
And
to have an advantage, I'm just gonna give all my future opponents a handout right now, because right now you guys can't figure it out. But one of my favorite punches to throw, or favorite combos to throw, that I get everybody with, whether it knocks them out or not, it really sets me up for victory, is a simple double jab right hand every single time. So if you want to have a little advantage in our next fight, practice to defend that, because
I
you
love
guys are
that.
going to need the help. You might not even be able to defend it, honestly. I play a lot more games in that ring than what the punches that I throw, but
yeah,
if you here, that's a hand me out. Practice defending the double jab right hand, and you might get a slim chance of beating me.
just
Any of
don't
my
slow
future
down.
opponents.
Don't get
That
tired and don't slow down, because even
Yeah.
if you know the punch is coming, man,
Yeah.
they better not slow down, because it's still gonna land.
I think that's phenomenal that you're giving them the game plan and daring them to try stopping it. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Now, with that said,
Oh
Justin,
wait, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you guys. I didn't know there was freaking comments going on over
Oh yeah,
here.
there is comments. Yep. There are some comments
Oh,
in here.
sweet.
yeah,
You know,
this
there
comment.
are people on Instagram, but it doesn't link in the comments from Instagram on the
Hey,
feed
a
that
matter
you're
of fact,
seeing.
the last comment on Instagram, I feel you on this one. This is real talk. Everything happens for a reason. We are blessed to be where we are. That is Joshua Oxendine, who fought at Knucklemania 6. He came over from BKB, was a champion there,
Mhm.
looked good against Travis Thompson.
Yep.
He told us in the post-fight interview that we did with Josh, he said that of course he would eventually want to be the world champion, and if it has to go
saw
to
that.
he said he would be willing to fight Ryan Reber if it gets him to you. So that's respect right there. And
That's
what'd you think
respect, no,
about them?
100%. We shared some kind words on Instagram. He seems like a really cool dude. But you know what? Anyone that beats Reber sets them up for a title fight against me. So,
There it is.
whoever it is, I'll be waiting for you.
With that said, now you are a world champion now. You're ready to defend your belt. Jamal Herring is out there. I know that you've said you wanted to fight him. I don't know if they were talking about making that fight. That's one. Ryan Reber wants a rematch. That's two. Josh Oxendine's out there. That's three. Kai Stewart was on the stage with you at that little champion summit meet and greet down in Philly. You guys were
Yep.
chirping at each other. What conversation? I can imagine. I see Big Ben in the comment section says, does he ever see himself becoming a two-weight world champion? I would imagine if you said no, that'd be crazy, because who wouldn't want to be a two-weight world champion?
Right.
And Kai is there, for
Right.
that opportunity.
Well, listen.
What's the conversations going on right now between you and the BKFC and your next fight?
I'll start by saying this as I sip on this red wine. If Nico Gaffey gets an injury and pops out the fight, I will happily be a last-minute replacement. Normally, I would never say that because I'm an asshole and get fat between camps, but I'm fucking 1000% ready still. Conditioning's on point still. skills on point, quickness, reflexes, everything's on point. Like I said, I haven't stopped training. I'm the champ. You know, as many people think I might be an idiot out there, I'm a fucking assassin in the shadows, bro. I make you think what you want to think, and I make you wonder what you don't know at all times. I am the master at the mind. But I will happily be a last minute replacement if anything would happen. And that could be a very easy route to a 2-weight world champion. But yes, to answer the question, yes, I would love to be a 2-weight world champion. I think BKFC isn't allowing that anymore, though, because I've had words with Kai. He's like, I've asked for the fight against you at 135. They won't let me unless I strip myself. And that's why in Philadelphia, when we had that interview time at the meet and greet, I said, I will happily strip myself. I don't hold on to things like dearly. Like, I will happily strip myself if it means I get to fight you at 145 for your title. Like, if you don't want to strip yourself and come down, Dave made it pretty clear that's not going to happen anytime soon. So he doesn't want to pin two superstars together, I'm sure. And it makes a whole lot of sense. He's dominating 145. Let him arise in 145. Let me arise at 135. I did want to go up to 145. I was getting sick of these weight cuts to 135, but I got it under control now. I'm sitting like right below 150 still.
Wow.
And we're a little over 2 months after my fight. Normally I'd be 165 already. So I'm right below 150. I'm waking up around 148, 149.
What is different in your what are you doing different in your life right now that you're keeping the weight off?
Well, maybe I should thank my baby, because I don't really have time to eat more like I used to. I don't really have time to go out and drink myself to sleep every night. So she helps out a little bit. But also I think I'm just, honestly, like, she's 90% of the reason. Honestly, you kind of humble down when you have a child. You start to think about things other than yourself. You want to make sure you're always on point to protect this, innocent little girl. So it's like, she's a big part of it, obviously. And honestly, I'm just getting older. I'm almost 28. Obviously the belt is around my waist, so that adds even more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Motivation.
Responsibility,
So,
maybe?
yeah, more responsibility. So it's more just a mature mindset, honestly, that changed that. As far as talks with BKFC and who I might fight next, there has been none, or there has been, but no one I want to fight, I will be fighting.
No,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of people want to fight you. Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You have said that you would fight Jamel Herring. And for all the people out there that are like,
That's
oh,
the
he's
only
one
person I want to fight right now.
right.
Honestly.
So there's the graphic right there. And a lot of people would, push back and say, oh, he only has one fight in the BKFC.
Former world champion.
Former world champion. So did Austin Trout. And you know what? Austin Trout in his second fight beat the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world and became the 165-pound champion.
And still is.
And he still is a champion. And when he beat Luis Palomino. So yes, okay, Jamel Herring has one fight in the BKFC, but that doesn't erase the fact that he was a world champion as a glove boxer and has the resume to justify making a fight with you after a one fight in the BKFC.
I agree.
I think that that's a great fight. I think that would be great for you and your legacy that you're building so early in your career right now. Like 10 fights into your career and you defend your title against a guy like Jamel Herring, that'd be fucking fantastic. And to be honest with you, and this is not a shot against Josh Oxenstein or Ryan Reber. I would rather see Ryan and Josh fight each other for a shot back at the title. And in the meantime, you fight a 1-0 former world champion Jamel Herring.
I agree.
In the meantime,
it
makes sense.
I agree. I think it makes sense. You know, if Bare Knuckle was 30 years old, then maybe it wouldn't make sense. But they're so new, and Jamel is, you know, has such a reputation. It does make sense. Same with like everybody wants me to. Well, I wouldn't say everybody. All of this fighters, fans, and groupies and friends want him to fight me, and that's Nate Mans. And it just doesn't make sense to me because, yeah, you're in the UFC, but who were you in the UFC? Another average fighter on the roster that got kicked off. So where is the pleasure for me to fight someone like you? Unless you are 6-0, 7-0, and 8-0. And I keep telling people, I'm like, I didn't fight for this fucking title until my 9th fight. I literally ran through the entire roster. Everybody already in the BKFC that fought each other years ago before I even got into the BKFC. And I ran through all those guys. And it's my 9th fight. So it's like, slow your horses. Nobody knows who the hell you are besides your friends and family. And same for me, honestly. I'll be humble enough to say it. Like, nobody knows who I am. Maybe a lot more now after my last fight. But, like, still not enough for me to be like, hey, I deserve this. You know? You know, let's say I didn't have the title right now. And I still had the following I had. Like, I still wouldn't be deserving of the title, honestly. That's just me personally. You know, other people have different takes on it. But, like, when I see myself as a champion, I see myself as millions of people around the world knowing my name. That's a champion in my head.
Well, you're young enough and, you know, motivated enough, especially now with a baby. Listen, you have kids. You thought you had motivation before. Let me tell you, shit, you've already felt a little bit of it, but the more and more
motivation's
time
there.
goes by, yeah, you are just, it is, man, it'll light a fire under your ass like none
Oh,
other.
yeah.
But yeah, man, you're young, like we were saying earlier. This company, shit, if this was 5 years ago and you won the title, you might have got maybe 5 to 10 fans. Swear to God. And at
Right.
this point, I look at the freaking comments after this last fight and all the posts that you have. There's quite a lot when compared to 5 years ago of what it would have been.
crazy.
It is absolutely insane. So I can just imagine in another 5 years what it's going to be like. It's going to be absolutely insane, the amount of people watching this.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm giving myself till I turn 35 to stop fighting. So
I was gonna say in another 5 years, you might just be like really hitting your prime because here's what I say I mean, and we are not, Mike and I are not professional fighters, but I have been in the Army for 25 years, and I about 13 years into my time in the 12, about 12 years into my time in the military is when I felt like I was at my absolute strongest, my absolute like sharpest as far as like mind. And now that was right around 33, 34 years old. I was an absolute fucking gorilla in the gym. I could I could run fast. I had
I was
cardio
gonna
like
say
crazy.
32. I was gonna say 32. Like what I've heard or experienced, I feel like 32 is prime.
But seriously, it's actually, I would be honest with you, it's between 30 and 35. It's any, like, as soon as I hit my 30s, between 30 and 35, I felt completely fucking invincible at that time in my life.
Yeah.
And I feel like you, 9-0 into your career, just about to turn 28, you got 2 or 3 more years to absolutely hit your stride and, like, probably become the best version of yourself. And who knows, man, by the time you're 33, 34 years old, you could be 20 something fights into your career and, you know, putting your fucking face on a Mount Rushmore somewhere, you know?
Yeah. You know what? That's the goal. Like I tell people all the time, I wasn't, you know, I didn't join this company to be an average guy. I joined to be a superstar. I joined to be that 1 out of a million person. And you know, with my fight against Ryan in my interviews, I was 100% transparent with everybody. I said, if I lose this fight, That's it for me. I'm not here. And, you know, a lot of people might hate to hear that, but like, for me, there was my own personal goal. I wasn't in here to be average. I wasn't here to be 20-1 even. You know, that's a great record. I'm here to be the next super sensation, the undefeated fighter that everyone freaking loves and fucking gets excited to see. That's who I want to be. And for me, it's not winning or losing. But if I lose now, I lose that stardom. I lose that goal of being that 1 out of a million person. That's my motivation. My motivation isn't winning or losing. That just comes with the job. My motivation is being that standout person that not everybody gets to be, you know? Like, I want to be somebody that no one else could be.
Larger than life.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man. Well, Mike and I have, like, we've talked about it a lot, and you've proven it tonight on the show here. You got a great attitude about it. You're very driven. To be running a gym, training full time, and be a new dad, all on top of that. Keeping the weight down, ready to go at all times. I think you're doing it all right, and it's very impressive to see. I hope we get a fight, some fight news from you soon. And I know you said there hasn't been any talks, but like,
hopefully within the next, I'm hoping just as much as you guys. Honestly, I'm ready to go. I'm like I said, I'll take a replacement fight for the March 20th card, but like, hopefully within the next month and a half, we can hear something.
Say that again out loud, what you said about being a replacement for Florida, because Dave Feldman Jr. just popped in.
So, I will happily be a last minute replacement on that Hollywood card in March. And what is it, like 4 weeks? I'm ready to go. You know, I haven't slowed down. So if there's any injuries or people who can't, you know, meet what was signed on that contract,
Tell me he just froze after talking to us for 45 minutes.
So hey, I'm gonna
there.
See, that's the power. That's the power of Junior. You see what just happened here? Is that what you just said? It was Junior.
Hold on. Are you frozen right now, Justin? Say something. Yes.
Yeah, he
okay,
is.
So Junior, I'm gonna just reiterate what he just said. He said that if Nico Gaffey was to come up with an injury or something and not be able to fight in Florida, he will be willing to be the last minute replacement and fight Kai Stewart in the place of Nico Gaffey. That's what he said. I love that. It's that's a stand-up guy right there, ready to rock and ready to save a card is what he's trying to say here. If something was to happen, there it is. You froze for a second there, so I had to reiterate that for the bosses to hear.
I was like, we just talked to you for 45 minutes, and then the second you're putting out your fucking statement, boom, the thing just drops out on you.
Damn.
I was like, oh, that's the power. That was anyway, Kai Stewart cut the fucking. They're like, no, nothing's gonna happen. Don't you try to fucking get into this shit. I mean, this is my fight. God damn it.
Kai said, cut his mics. Cut his mics.
Yeah, you know what we didn't talk about? We were gonna jump to it when we were talking about One Piece, the card. This freaking card. Before you go, we have to talk about this damn card. How awesome is this freaking card, man? He's getting.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
Well, I don't know. You guys seem like the type of people who really do your research when you want to start talking about something. So I'm assuming you looked up these cards, or not my card, but
I understand that it's a game, kind of like I don't. Is it anything similar to like Pokemon? Because I don't know how those cards work either.
Pokemon,
but
it's
Magic.
I never really got into the Pokemon game, but I really like the platform of this game as I get to learn it. So I'm gonna say I like it better than Pokemon. But check this out. This is kind of crazy. This is how obsessed I am. I got a bunch of trash of just fucking boxes and card packs that I've been opening for the last like month, 2 months. And like, I'm literally obsessed. I mean, I literally have cards here.
Are these cards like super valuable, like Pokemon cards? And
Some of them are.
Yeah, some of them are. So let's get into that. So it's a little complicated when it comes. It's a little different from Pokemon because there's an English version of a card and then there's a Japanese version of a card.
They do have that for Pokemon, but I would never be able to use the Japanese
So for
version.
instance, in One Piece specifically, I don't know about Pokemon as much. I really only got into trading cards because there was a One Piece edition. Because I'm a true fan of One Piece, I just really wanted to get into it. So if it wasn't for that, I would have never got into the trading card space. But this card, it's a character. It's a character that nobody really knows about in the anime. Very little information about this character, but he is one of the most popular characters at the same time. This card is the Japanese version. I only collect the Japanese version because they are cheaper than the American version.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because everyone in America, especially all the Pokemon heads, are starting to get into the anime cards for profits, and it's just driving all the prices up in the US. So I buy Japanese only because I'm just a fan and I like the look of the cards and I like the characters. So I don't really care if it's in English or not. It's like a piece of art on my wall. But this one specifically right here, this one is worth anywhere from $4 to like $6,000.
That's crazy.
So
what?
we need to block the IP address for this interview so no one tries finding me.
Yeah,
So,
I was looking at
so-
some,
wait,
and
so-
there's some of them that are worth $30,000.
Yeah, so actually
the
this
Japanese
card-
ones, you said the Japanese ones are cheaper, but
Yeah.
are they valued higher? I mean, like as
No,
far
no,
as
no.
collectibles
they're
go?
they're cheaper and they're valued lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, I got this from a Japanese box that was, I think I paid $90 for. I think the English box is somewhere around $300. So this card in English is actually
Would
worth
be-
like $25,000 to $30,000. See the significant
Yeah,
difference in
that's-
value? It's crazy. But like,
shit is
I
crazy.
didn't get into this to make money off of it. I got money. I got into it to collect. Not saying I wouldn't sell this for a profit, but it's not ready. It's not ready to be sold. It won't be sold anytime soon. And then I got a custom made card for that specific card game of myself.
Yeah.
Is
Sweet.
that one of a kind?
This is one
Or
of
is
a kind.
there? That is fucking sick.
That
Mike and I were looking at that
I want
earlier
one.
tonight.
I was
So-
like, where
Yeah.
can I get one of these things?
So this grading, so cards get graded. You can see on this one, it's 9.5, not a
Edges,
perfect
corners,
card, but
surface.
it's right, damn near. And then this is a different company that does grading, but this is a fake grading. This isn't. I didn't get this from the company. I just ordered like a custom
Sure.
look-alike for my own card because they don't grade fake cards. So I wanted it to look cool.
You should produce those and sell them, or
Yeah.
like make those available for purchase, like at your fights, because
Yeah,
those would
yeah. So
sell.
I'm actually coming out with some new shirts. And I want to actually start a website for them because I'm getting sick of like just holding on to shirts. But and dishing and meeting people like 10 minutes down the road to deliver it to them, like it's just getting annoying. So I want to start shirts, and actually with every shirt purchase is going to come with that card as like a collectible.
Sweet.
Dude, get that shit going.
I'm getting one. I'm definitely getting one of those.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
Hell yeah, I'll
Well,
send you guys one.
for sure. That's fucking awesome. No,
Yeah, that's
I
a must-have item. I've got cards too. You know, we have some collectibles. I have them in the other room, but I have a Taylor Starling, an Elvin Brito, and a Britton Hart card, and they're all signed, and I love them.
From the Lab Sports people, right?
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, the Britain one is The Brito one might be. I'm not sure, but the Taylor Starling one is not. It's from some other company. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool though.
I'm supposed to be working with the trading card company that supposedly is partnered with BKFC. And I got on an interview with them sometime last year. And I keep emailing them. I'm like, yo, like, is this thing, like, am I getting scammed right now? Is this thing happening or what? But I don't think I'm getting scammed because they wouldn't have gone through this whole process of like this 100-page PDF of like all the different, literally all of us fighters in our own cards. And it's pretty cool. I just can't wait till it releases because it seems like one of the legit brands to do something.
Yeah, I think you got a good thing going there for sure, man. And like Mike and I, like I said, we were talking about you and the way you market yourself, and
Hell yeah, thanks, bro.
with the Joy Boy gimmick, if you want to call it a gimmick, but the fight shorts were modeled after Luffy's pants, right?
Joy
With the
Boy.
white
Yeah,
pants.
literally.
Joy
Yeah,
Boy.
and my next, I'll give another spoiler.
Joy
We're doing
Boys,
a
yeah.
different Luffy walkout that I think is gonna just blow up the internet because actually I can't say why.
You know what you
Because
should
Yeah,
do
don't ruin it.
is try to get some of the live action actors at one of your events down there in Hollywood.
That would be
or
super
something.
cool. You know
Get
what would be
them
even
fucking sitting
cooler?
ringside.
Yeah. Or if I had them walk me out in their anime outfits, that would be
Yeah.
even cooler.
You'll be
Just
in
get the-
season 3.
If you can only get one of them, get the redheaded chick. I like her. I don't remember her name, but she's pretty awesome.
Nami?
Nami, yeah.
I have a Nami card. I have a Nami card somewhere here. If you guys could literally see my desk right now, it's just I have about 30 different boxes, about 20 different stacks of cards, and they're all Japanese. So it's like I could just throw them away because I'm never going to use them, but I'm just lazy and I can't get rid of them.
Emily Rudd. That's who
Emily
plays
Rudd.
it.
That's the actress.
That's the actor.
Yeah.
That's the
That's who
actor.
That's who plays
Yeah.
it.
All right, we've come up with a few ideas tonight here, Joy Boy. You got to get your TV, you got to get your T-shirt and card company going. You got to get the cast of One Piece walking you out in
I
Hollywood.
got to get my TV deal too. I got to get.
Yep,
my
you got to
TV
get
deal
on
too.
season 3 of One Piece.
Yeah, you got to get on season 3. You got to be a character on season 3 on Netflix.
Yep.
We got to
Gotta
figure
make
that
your own.
part out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta jump in as the replacement in Hollywood in a couple weeks. So a lot of things going on with you.
We got a lot of things planned, and we're ready for it. We're ready for it.
Look
Look, I'm
at this. This
sleeving
is
up
successful.
a card. Sleeving up a card as we talk.
Nice.
Oh, I'm actually. I know we're probably doing a lot right now, but I'm even playing the One Piece card game on my other monitor here. This is the digital. This is the digital version. I'm
So you're
learning the
playing-
game.
Oh, you're learning it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Right.
Very cool, man. I love it. I do
Hey,
love it. And a lot of
you got
people love it. So
Yeah, got people in the comments saying that they want one of those. They got to get one of those cards. So
Hell
it's I mean, awesome shit you got going on, man. And like we said
Thanks,
earlier,
man. I'm
congratulations
trying
on
over here, you know.
Yeah, congratulations on everything you got going on. The family, the world title, the everything. It's good shit. Hopefully
Thank
we
you,
hear
guys.
some fight news from you very soon. Before we wrap up with you tonight, do you have anything else that you wanted to put out to anybody or say anything?
No. I can't even act like I got something to say, honestly. I really don't. We're working on some cool things. I have been in talks with Feldman, but nothing is aligning at the moment. So there's not much to talk about besides a potential fight in the summer.
Awesome shit. Hey, I appreciate you coming on here and talking about all this stuff. You're a very interesting dude, and you got a lot going for you. Good luck, and hope we hear some fight news soon. Mike, what else you got for Joy Boy?
look, we're looking forward to another Gum KO. I can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Funny thing about my record, it's funny. It goes It goes decision, knockout. Wait,
Yep.
no. It goes
Yes,
wait.
you're right.
Does it, right?
Yes.
Knockout,
Yep.
decision, knockout.
Decision,
So
knockout,
I'm
knockout.
on path to get a
Decision, knockout.
knockout this next fight.
Yes. Yeah, you
Spoiler
tend to
alert.
get 2 in a row.
Well, hey, if you can't, I'll just say this one more time. If Feldman Jr. is still watching or whoever's listening, the fight with Jamel Herring makes so much sense. Being
Makes the
a
best
former world champion, 1-0. Yes, he was 1-0, but so was Austin Trout. He got that shot against Palomino.
So was
Herring,
Arlovsky.
yeah, Arlovsky
won the title.
against yep, exactly. So it's been done. Somebody with a resume like that, with one fight in the BKFC, can be justified to be in a title fight. Joy Boy needs a fight. Oxendine and Reber makes sense for us. A top 5 contenders fight. Reber's been there once before. He's actually fought for the title twice now, and he's 0 for 2. So get him a fight against Oxendine. That makes sense. And Jamel
I think
Herring.
I think they should do a bantamweight tournament to get that fight against me.
And in the meantime, you and Herring.
Yeah, me and Herring, and then whoever's up next should have a tournament for it. Honestly, we all know my fight activity from the last 2 years is gonna go substantially lower from here on out. So we have plenty of time to wait for a tournament to finish.
Well,
Unfortunately, yeah, it's the life of a champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Well, we hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you for sharing some of your time with us tonight. We look forward to seeing you again real soon. And hey, take care. And everybody else, stay tuned because we'll be right back after this.
Thank
Later,
you,
Joy
guys.
Boy.
Justin.
Later, champ.
Have a good night.
You too.
Take it easy.
At heavyweight, everyone's got a cut. As he used to getting cut, I'm not sure. As he used to getting his eyes split open, don't think so. Come 3rd and 4th round, let's see what his heart's like. When you're in the trenches and you're in the 4th and 5th round, and you get your face splattered, which I don't think he's had yet, that's when you know when the fighters are. Obviously, I'm the first British man to win the world title, and I'm hopefully going to be the first British man to win it twice. And this is the stepping stone I've got to take to get the world title again. I think he's had 150 fights. He's fought all over the world. I've fought all over the world, but in kickboxing, it's going to be a game of chess for the first 2 rounds, and then the 3rd round will get more explosive. Angles, different angles he's not going to be used to. From a kickboxing point of view, I don't stand like a boxer. Jay, I'm actually liking it, but unfortunately we're going to punch each other's heads in for about 10 minutes. But in that 10 minutes, life's going to be hell.
Woo!
Dude, I love Mick Terrell.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
He's great. He's such a good dude, and he's funny as hell. I'm looking at the list of bantamweights. So
Yeah. Yeah. Me
I
too.
do think that, like, if you took Nate Maness and Bradley Taylor and Ryan Reber and Josh Oxendine and threw them in like a little 4-man mini tournament right there, and then in the meantime let Joy Boy and Jamel Herring fight. That you got the bantamweight, the future of the bantamweight title picture kind of like laid out for the rest of the year if you were to make those fights, put those together. And the fact that he's willing to jump in if Nico Gaffey, so that I think that would be a situation where I know Feldman said that he doesn't want 2-weight world champions, because it holds up divisions and stuff. But in a situation where if Nico's probably going to be just fine. We're not talking bad juju here. All right. What I'm saying is, if something was to happen, that would be a situation that I think the Feldmans would be like, you know what? Yeah. Short notice. Let's let champion versus champion fight and see what happens here. And you know what I mean? If he pulls off the upset, he's a
save a
2-weight.
card. If it's, if they've sold enough tickets to a card, they need to save it. That could be the savior.
Yeah, I think absolutely that would be fucking amazing. So awesome conversation with Justin and Ace. They were both great dudes. And I hope that Joy Boy gets a fight soon.
Yeah, me too.
And stay busy, man. I want the BKFC as a whole to keep their champions more busy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Kai Stewart being, Kai's always ready to fight. He's only 25 years old or whatever he is, 26 years old. He's always asking to fight. He's a world champion that wants to defend his title. So, get him going, get Justin going. Keep these guys busy, man. They want to fight. They got to pay.
Yeah.
They got to pay the bills, They got to keep food on the table.
Been 11 months. Let's see now, almost April. Yeah, about almost 11 months. Yeah.
Since Dubai, right?
April 5th, 2025. Right. So, and 10 months. So he hasn't fought for a while. And that does tend to happen with the champs because some of them have a very shallow pool because they've beaten so many people on their way to the title. And there's not this massive, list of people below them. So they beat all these people to get the title. And then it's like, well, then I got to fight this guy. They just beat them to get the title. And he's number one. And the number two guy, it's hard.
So not defending the BKFC for the long layoff of Kai, but we do know that they were in talks with Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
And we all thought that
Sturgis.
and we thought Kai Stewart and Cody Garbrandt was going to end up on Knucklemania 6.
Yes.
And, those talks fucking seemed to be there. It seemed to have some legs. We were like, oh, wow, we might see Kai versus Cody. This is going to be fucking great. And then it just evaporated. It was gone.
Yeah.
And,
which takes up the time. And that's what happens. And I see Fight Bet Media saying, talk about how many fighters are sitting on the shelf and contenders leaving the company. These fighters are starving. There are so many fights that happen. I would just said it earlier. I was like, there's tons of cards, right?
There's 4 cards in April.
Look at all the cards. Right? There's 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 if you consider the Fight Club as a card. There's 5, right? So they're doing a lot of fights. There are opportunities for fighters to get fights, but like you just said, so if you combine what we were just saying, you have the fighters fight up to the title, they win the title. Then it's like, okay, now that they're the champion, let's look back down at the top 5 and who haven't they beat that they can fight, that's ready to fight, who didn't just fight or has a fight coming up, right? Because if they do and they get hurt, now that's going to get kicked the can down the road, right? Now, speaking about Kai, he fights, and then months later, we see him in Sturgis, and that Cody Garbrandt thing happens, and Cody Garbrandt is sitting ringside. And so it's like, okay, and now we know there were some talks, real talks about getting him into BKFC. You interviewed him there. He wants to fight. He still does, and hopefully those talks are still going on, right? Now that takes time, so negotiation, and I know that Kai, I would hope that he would like to wait a few more months if he's going to be able to fight somebody like Cody Garbrandt. And then the rumblings behind the scenes that people were saying like, oh man, this might be on Knucklemania 6. Cody Garbrandt versus Kai Stewart at Knucklemania 6 in Philly, 18,000 fans. That's a massive fight. Guess what? Didn't happen. So now we're kicking the can down the road a little bit further to March. Shit like that happens a lot.
Another champion that has been on the shelf for a long time is Britain. She hasn't fought since Dubai as well, right? She fought Ty Emery in Dubai. Yeah. She hasn't fought same exact time frame as Kai Stewart.
Yep.
Why isn't the Sarah Shell fight getting made? I feel like that fight
All
has
right.
made
Well,
itself. You know
yep.
what I mean?
Well, you know why?
Right. Yeah. Well,
So there was opportunities for that fight to go down, but for one reason or another, contracts didn't get signed because sometimes it doesn't line up with other people's schedules and things like that. So that can't get kicked down the road. And who else could fight Britain, right? So we look at and that's another thing. And hey, listen, I'll say it. They need more female fighters. They need
they
more.
need,
Britain has
the one.
fought just about everybody here.
So it has to
So
be
if you
Sarah. It
look
has
at
to be Sarah Shell.
if you look at it, there's Taylor Starling, there's so it's not going to be Taylor. There's Natalie Gage. I don't know. Is
There's
she
Shelby
ready?
Cannon,
I don't
right?
know.
And Shelby Cannon's about to fight Rosalinda Rodriguez, but
Yep.
because Shelby Cannon's a 115er, so I'm assuming the Rosalinda Rodriguez fight is going to be a 115 fight, and the winner of that would absolutely be fighting for a title, right? Afterwards. So, but while that's going on, if
But
that
there were
is a
rumblings that she was going to fight at Knucklemania, Britain, and that she might have fought at this card. But things,
yeah,
things don't work out.
it's
There's a
not
lot of
happening.
things that that happen
Hey,
that don't come to fruition.
the Legends Never Die podcast is in there, and
Yes. Let me see.
we see him out there, and I don't know if they saw my interview with Dustin Page, but
Yes.
I think it's music to your ears, guys. He said he would love to fight Bryce Henry. He said,
did.
I love a good challenge, and I think that kid is a great fighter. I would love to fight Bryce Henry. He said that in our interview. It's on Instagram. You could see Dustin Page saying that. You could cut that from our fucking from our interview and do with it what you will to try to get that fight made, because I agree that Bryce Henry should be fighting and he should be in the conversation for a title fight. And maybe, just maybe, the fact that the sitting 165-pound champion is saying, I would love to fight Bryce Henry, could actually get that guy a fight. You know what I mean? I agree. Bryce Henry and B3 sitting out, Jomi sitting out, Britain sitting out. There's a lot of people that are not as active as we would love to see them. You know what I mean?
Oh, and to answer, Fight Bet Media did ask, when are we going to see, and he named some champs. Well, Kai Stewart is fighting, and he's fighting on March 20th, and that's this fight right here. So
Yes,
that's kind of, yeah. So if you were, if maybe you came late, but that's what Joy Boy was just saying. If there's an injury and one of those guys were to fall out, he would step in.
And you know what? Hey, and after Nico Gaffey, if Kai is still the champion, he should fight James Brown. James Get Down Brown went out to Rome and absolutely carved up Dan Chapman. And and I know, if Dan Chapman won that fight, he was up for a title.
Yeah.
Right. He was going to fight for a world title. If Dan Chapman went out there,
he was knocking on the door.
Yes. If Dan Chapman, being an undefeated former world champion from BKB, absolute lightning fast fighter, very impressive guy. If he would have beat James Brown, he would have been fighting Kai Stewart. But he's not. James Brown beats him. On that same card, Nico Gaffey beats Brandon Allen. Nico gets the title shot. I know that Brown don't sell tickets. I get that. I get that. But there comes a point when, like, I don't know. I hate that conversation. So the best fighters in the world, can go out there and just fucking torch everybody they put in front of them. But because they don't sell tickets, put them on a card in front of 10,000 people and let them murk somebody like the way they've been doing. And then that 10,000 people become fans of that guy. And then they start selling tickets. I don't know. You keep fighting the same people in the same location all the time in front of the same people. Obviously, they're not going to sell fucking tickets. I don't know. That's just it's a tough conversation.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes, the homegrown fighter, they're just gonna have to get that shot. So, I don't know. I've seen people get shots that I didn't think were the most popular fighters, and they got shots, and some of them even won titles. So it is what it is, and they'll just have to grow. Look, I feel like the BKFC is doing a real lot behind the scenes to try to build these fighters up. People would be surprised the amount of time they're investing in some of these fighters to try to get them to learn to post on social media and to do the right thing and to do more interviews and to sell themselves. And because a lot of fighters believe that it's not their job to promote themselves when it definitely is, and they don't do it, so we need to see more of that. I want to see more of it. I want to see more of both sides.
The last thing,
the last thing, action,
we kind of went on like a little tangent here about
that's all right.
Fighters not fighting, but and Savage Combat Sports is in the comment section saying Dotson's ready for a fight. Let's talk about Dotson. Okay, I want to see Dotson fight. I think Dotson's a great. I love John Dotson. I think he is super entertaining. I think he is made for this sport. His hands are so fast. He hits super fucking hard. The fight against Dagoberto Aguero went to a draw. We believe that should have went to a 6th round. We should have went to a 6th. We should have seen what would happen in the 6th. I love John Dotson. I don't know why he's not fighting. I know he fought 4. People keep forgetting that he did fight on a Ryzen card under BKFC rules. He fought a bare knuckle fight against a dude on a Japanese dude on a Ryzen card under the BKFC banner, like representing the BKFC rules, and he fucking beat the dude out there. I know it didn't count as a title defense or anything, but he has fought that one time. Other than that, yes, he has been extremely inactive, and I would love to see him fight. When you look at the 125-pound division, the only one that makes sense other than Strode would be G, right? When you look at the rest of the division,
that's it.
When you look at the rest of the division, guys, that 125-pound division is scarce for fucking contenders for John Dotson to fight. So it's either Andrew Strode.
Is Andrew Strode still around though? I thought. There was the room.
I don't know if he's still around. I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone, but then he had posted something about wanting to fight. I don't know if Strode's gone. It's G Perez, and it's only G Perez. There's really no other 125-pound fighters that even deserve to become in the conversation of a world title fight. Right? Dagoberto Aguero's gone.
I'm scrolling through all of the names in that division here.
Octavian Turner looked good against Kerry Caprio, but he's 1-0. It's a tough spot to be in.
There. No one ready up there.
Exactly. So, yeah.
It's a very short list, let me tell you.
It's a very short list. That might be the roughest. That's the roughest men's division when it comes down to contenders and trying to make fights to become a world champion. The rest of the division's got a lot of talent, but as of right now, that 125-pound division's hurting. I think
there's 32 fighters total that fought at 125, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's including who they have listed. Obviously, the top 5, 6, the champ, the interim champ, which is Strode, but not really anymore, right? And then 2 through 5. So 32, and not all of those 32 are still fighting. Like if Andrew Strode isn't here anymore, Dagoberto Aguero, he hasn't fought since that fight, and with Dodson.
I don't think he's around anymore.
Me neither. I think he's gone. I see a lot of people like Devin Gibson. Is he ever going to fight again for BKFC? I don't think so. I haven't seen him for forever. There's a lot of people on this list that fought once, one and dones, two and dones. You got to look to the one. So I guess you got to look to the 135-pound division. I think you got to look up to the 135-pound division and find guys that can cut down the 125. You know what I mean? Rambo Russo, we know, can cut down the 125. Yeah, he's
I-
4-1.
I wonder if like man,
But
I wonder
no
if,
offense to Rambo, right? But I think Rambo needs a little more experience before he's going to be fighting John Dodson.
Nate Manis. I thought Nate Manis could cut to 125 and fight down there.
Yes, and I thought he did fight somewhere. Did he meet in the middle or something? Or let me see. Let me see what his weights were when he fought, because he is listed under 125 for some reason. He fought at 130. That's why he fought at 130 and a half.
Right.
So that's probably why he's listed in the 125 division. And there's a lot of those too. So those 32 names, 7 to 10 of them who don't fight for the BKFC anymore, and probably another 10 of them that actually fought at 130 and above. Like,
yeah,
there's
it's
probably
tough,
10
man.
fighters overall for 125.
Not picking on the women. It's the women's divisions need more fighters. The 125-pound men's need more fighters, and that's about it. Like every other division from 135 and up in the men's are pretty well stacked with talent. It's the smallest men's division, and like, dude, I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole. Like if they got rid of the 125-pound men's division, I don't think anybody would be upset, and every one of those fighters that fights in the 125-pound division would move up to the 135-pound division and be very comfortable fighting there. And that 135-pound division would double in size and double in talent and double in opportunities to make fights, and you don't even have to worry about that 125 division. And also, John Dodson would move right up to 135 and contend for the title up there.
Yeah.
So maybe like that, I think maybe that's a conversation that they might want to fucking start having too. So,
yep. Yeah, there's just not enough. But you know what? We were talking about the 145-pound men's division 4 years ago, the same way we're talking about this division now in the women's divisions, and that fucking division has got tons of people in it. So
the 145-pound division is one of the best in the company now. The 145-pound division, 5 years ago, we were saying that is the shittiest, worst
Kai Stewart,
division.
Rusty Crowder, and John Lee Chalback. Those were the only 3 people in that fucking division. We were like,
it
where
fucking
is everybody?
sucked, yeah.
So, all right. Well,
hey, man, listen, that was a cool conversation that we didn't plan on having. So there's that. Guys, tomorrow, there's no fights this weekend. There's no fights the weekend after. There's actually no fights till March 14th with that Mick Terrell card. But after March 14th, the BKFC is busy as fuck for 2 months straight. You're going to have tons of fights. We're going to have tons of shit to talk about. I think we're going to work on getting fucking James Lilly on here maybe next week to talk about his fight coming up with Gary Fox. We haven't locked that in yet, but that's a conversation. Yep. And we got a lot to talk about. Look at all these fights. We're gonna have a ton to talk about very soon. I want to thank Ace Samples for coming on here tonight, talking about his experience cornering Joe Elmore down there in Knucklemania 6, and best of luck to him fighting Anthony Not Lionheart Smith at NFC 184. Is it 184? NFC 184. This Saturday, February 22nd, hit the QR code.
21st.
21st. Hit the QR code. Watch it. Support Ace. Great dude. Best of luck to him. And thank you to Joy Boy, Justin Ibarrola, the reigning BKFC Bantamweight Champion, for giving us almost an hour of his time tonight, shooting the shit with us about all kinds of stuff. Congratulations to him on becoming a dad. And hopefully we get a fight for him soon. Hey, look at Ace. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got to shout out our sponsor one more time. That is Full Blast Clothing. Check out fullblastclothing.com. Their entire clothing line, hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, and the Mike and Mish collab. Buy yourself a Full Blast Mike and Mish shirt. Buy yourself a Full Blast hoodie. Get over to fullblastclothing.com and do that. And then go give them a follow on Instagram at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram as well. And Mike, we got Army shit to do this weekend. So
yes, sir.
That's what we got going on. And this is my first weekend in weeks that I don't have any basketball. Oh, before we go, I do have to shout this out. only just a shameless plug because shout out to my boy Nolan. He absolutely fucking cooked this weekend playing basketball. We had 4 basketball games. He was putting up double-digit points every game, and then he played in the All-Star game for the state of Connecticut, 5th grade travel All-Stars, and he scored 12 in the All-Star game, which is pretty goddamn good because he didn't get a lot of freaking playing time because it's an All-Star game. So he went out there, did his thing, scored 12 in the All-Star game, and their team won 57-51 in the All-Stars, and it was very fucking cool. So props to my kid
Nice.
for that one.
Sweet.
And then Jackson's high school basketball team won their game yesterday 101-46.
What the hell?
Dude,
How do you get that many
100
points in a freaking high school game?
bro.
Holy shit.
They were scoring at a rate that was astronomical, and we're sitting there watching the game in the audience, and we're like, at what point do they take their foot off the gas here? And then I'm like, I don't know if they do. I'm like, man, I'm wondering if the coach, when they had 75 points halfway through the third quarter, the coach was probably like, timeout, boys, we're shooting for 100 tonight.
Yeah.
Don't
just go
don't
for it.
yeah, don't take your foot off the gas. Let's see 3 digits on the scoreboard tonight. We haven't seen that, in a long time. We haven't seen it all this season. I don't know how many times they've ever done that before, but they went out there and they scored 101. It was unbelievable in a high school game. So props to them guys too. Mike, that's all I got for the peoples tonight. What else you got?
That's it, man. Everybody have a safe and fun weekend, and we'll see you all next week on Thursday night, not Wednesday, back to Thursdays. So
Yep.
till next week, everybody have fun. Peace. We're out.
Peace.